Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. As a preliminary matter, this is Bud Kelly, Chairman of the Board of Assessors. For me to confirm that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda are present and can hear me. Sanford Wexler.
Yes.
Linda Gillard McCamick.
Here.
And Principal Assessor Nate Kramer.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you. I've done all that first part. We have no anticipated speakers that I'm aware of. It is our open meeting, and I think as Nate is the leader of this, he will be able to see if there are additional people that join, and all are welcome, of course. Good evening. This is July 7th, 2020, in the open meeting of the Newbury Board of Assessors. It's being conducted remotely, consistent with Governor Baker's executive order on March 12th, 2020, due to the current state of emergency in the Commonwealth due to the outbreak of the COVID-19 virus. In order to mitigate the transmission of COVID-19 virus, we've been advised and directed by the Commonwealth to suspend all public gatherings, and as such, the governor's order suspends the requirement of the open meeting law to have all meetings in a publicly accessible physical location. Further, all member of public bodies are allowed and encouraged to participate remotely. The order, which you can find posted with agenda materials for this meeting, allows public bodies to meet entirely remotely so long as reasonable public access is afforded so that the public can follow along with the deliberations of the meeting. For this meeting, the Board of Assessors is convening by Zoom, and there are telephone options available on the agenda. And that has been hosted and posted, on the town's website, and you can indeed join utilizing the information there. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and that the attendees are participating by video and/or telephone conference. Meeting materials are as they can be found on the website for our anticipated agenda, and were provided in the appropriate pre-time in order to make the public meeting laws. Applicants or their representatives may be called upon to speak, and if needed, share information to the screen. Please state the intention after you've been called. All right, we're now going to turn to our first item on the agenda. Before we do so, for me to cover some ground rules, I'm going to basically turn this entire meeting over to Nate, and he will take care of getting us through the agenda. I also note that there is a public comment by raising your hand. And again, Nate will be managing any of those if there is anybody calling in. And lastly, we will be going from this meeting, the open meeting, to our executive session. We do not anticipate going back to the public meeting after our executive session ends. So when this public meeting ends, so does the public access to our meetings. And with that, yes, Nate.
We don't have anything for executive session
So
tonight.
therefore, we have nothing for the executive session, and we will only have the public meeting that you guys are witnessing right now. And that is all I have. Nate, if you would.
So I sent everything that we're going to review tonight to you guys via email earlier this afternoon. And it's all really standard stuff, motor vehicle abatements.
Yeah.
A couple commitments, some bills, and that is it. Literally just some signatures.
Oh. Good.
Yeah.
I had an opportunity to go by town hall today, guys, and sign payroll and some of the stuff that was in there. So I'm caught up on that stuff. But you're right, Nate. I did not. We did not approach this, and I couldn't have anyways because we have to vote on it and accept it anyway. So thank you for getting all of it out to us. By the way, I have it. I'm actually looking at my phone at the same time to bring those documents up, and there are some that have quite a few attachments. Like I think there's one that has 9 pages. So however you want to go through it, Nate, do your thing.
So the one that has, okay, so I
7
sent
pages.
2 emails. The one that has 9 attachments are the different packets. So there could be multiple motor vehicle abatements or boat abatements and stuff like that. One of them is a packet of real estate exemptions that we signed the applications at our last meeting or after our last meeting, but because of the time of year, these folks are going to get their exemptions in the form of a check instead of money off of their bill. Because we signed it, and because of everything going on, we signed the applications after the,
Right. We were technically late, I take it, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So they were signed in fiscal year 2020. We are now in fiscal year 2021, so therefore we have to send a
Right.
check.
So they went out as checks already. These are just the packets from when we processed
Yeah.
it. So it's gonna look more like an abatement than an exemption. Just the way, it's still an exemption, but just the way it was handled because of the timing. Typically, with an exemption, they would get 50% off in their third quarter and 50% off in their fourth quarter. But we signed these after the fourth quarter bills went out, so they're getting it all in the form of a check. And there's only a few, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 9 that are getting that, and that's because we didn't meet for 3 months because of the virus. Everybody was in on time. It was just logistics on our end.
Understood.
We have a couple of commitments because the first quarter bills went out. We have some
So-
bills. Oh,
Nate, do we need to have some kind of vote on those abatements that we were just talking about? I mean, do we need to approve them in some way?
Usually we pass them around and you guys look at them and we sign them. So I don't know if you've had a chance to review what I sent.
Yeah.
So I think, Bud, would you want to have a roll call on, how would you want to do it? Would you want to name the
You
package?
Let's just do all of those 9 abatements that were, part of the package. We can vote either to approve or not.
Okay.
How does that sound?
Instead
Instead of going through them one at a time.
that sounds like a movement, moved.
A movement, yeah.
Yeah, that's second. It's now second.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All in
right,
favor?
so-
Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
so moved, so completed. The 9
Do you
as
need us to come in
attached.
to sign those?
What's that?
Hey,
Do we need to go in, do we need to go in to sign them?
So it's up to you guys. I can drive them around to you if you want. The last time, and I know it was only because there were so many papers, they did get shuffled a little bit. This time it will be so fast that I don't mind bringing them to you, or if you want to come to the parking lot, we can meet in the parking lot.
I'll
Whatever.
make a suggestion for me right now, if that's okay. It's only 6:10. We have a relatively short meeting. You're down there. I could literally leave our Zoom meeting and get them signed so that you have time later in the week to get them to everybody else. I'm going to be gone a very long day for the next 2 days. So
Okay,
if you want me to do that, I can literally come right down after this is over and sign them up.
sounds good to me.
And then you
Yeah.
can get them to everybody else for the rest of the week.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, then we'll decide what to do with us two. Yeah. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So that was that, and as far as bills, it's pretty standard stuff. MAAO memberships came up. I bought a new printer for Stephanie because hers has not worked since she's been here. She's been having to walk to the copy room whenever she prints something. We bought some miscellaneous office supplies
I
and
saw the Amazon stuff, yeah.
um,
And a monitor, right?
I
Yeah.
actually have 2 monitors, so now I have dual monitors.
Oh,
in the
2
office,
monitors.
which is
Oh.
really nice.
And were those fiscal year 2020 end of budget or no?
These are all fiscal 20.
Nice.
Today is the last day that we can submit those. So Eileen has them, and she is just, she has everything, but is just kind of waiting on a signed.
Yep.
But she has everything.
Good.
She'll need the signed copy sooner rather than later, though.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's it. They're really
That's
wasn't
all.
much to go over.
Did we need to formally approve those expenditures, or really no? It's just the signature, right?
It's just
We don't need a vote on those.
Yeah, it's just signatures.
Okay,
Great.
Okay. Yeah,
Schedule next meeting.
Yes.
Do we have an opinion? Anybody? Nate, how often do you want another month out, or do you want to do it just a couple weeks?
What does everybody's schedule look like? I don't think we need, I think we can definitely go a month.
How about the 4th
let's
then?
go a month.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks good.
Okay,
the 4th,
Yeah.
no, I'm away. If you need me to be here, I won't be. I'm away. The
Well,
4th of
how about the 11th?
That works.
You good then? Yeah?
Yep.
So let's say the 11th, unless you need us sooner, Nate.
Not really. I think motor vehicle abatements and I don't think there'll be that much going on this month. In
Okay.
terms of things that I need you guys to sign, so I don't know, I think August 11th is fine.
okay,
Okay,
I'm putting it in.
sounds good.
It's in.
Done, the 11th. Does that satisfy our agenda?
Sure does.
Done.
I
I think that's
Excellent.
Good. Ooh,
make a motion that
All right.
we adjourn at
Second.
6:14. All in favor?
It might be a record.
Hi.
aye.
Aye. We are now adjourned.
Yeah.
Nate, I'll see you in a few minutes.